My God, I hate drugs.
Senate Blue Ribbon Committee Chair Richard Gordon says Soto should focus on pushing further President Duterte's legislative agenda.
I'd like to see the NVACSA resolve. I'd like to see the SSS resolve, which I'm going to fight. I think we don't want any more of these unnecessary noises. We should concentrate more on legislation and important investigations that need to be resolved.
He also fired shots at Minority Senator Sonny Trillanes, who earlier said Gordon should be booted out from his post as Blue Ribbon Committee Chair.
Yun lang ang lifetime ambition niya. Magagawa ko. That's his ambition. I don't cling to any position in the Senate. Like anybody else, I can be removed.
The upper chamber is likely to have a new leader tomorrow. Majority senators endorsed Tito Soto as the next Senate president. But what are their expectations from the incoming leader? Rex Remitio reports.
Senate Majority Leader Tito Soto is poised to take over the Senate presidency from Senator Coco Pimentel. Majority senators will meet in a caucus on Monday to discuss the matter, aside from possible changes in committee chairmanships. Senator Ping Lacson says they will also hear out Pimentel's thoughts regarding the majority's decision. They will also deliberate once Pimentel asks for an extension of his term until he files his bid for re-election in October. But for now, some senators already have their expectations from incoming President Soto.
President Rodrigo Duterte is adding more officials on his chopping block. Speaking at a dinner with local chief executives in Cebu, the president says he is inclined to fire 5 officials and he'd like to add more. In months, he has been firing officials allegedly involved in corruption. He also says he will go after those who use his name or talk to his relatives for favors or projects.
I will stop corruption. And I'm doing it. Of course, I cannot stop it altogether. Because endemic yun ang corruption sa buhay.
Another minority senator, Frank Drilon, meanwhile says the new Senate leadership should assert its role in foreign relations. Drilon refers to China's creeping invasion of Philippine territory in the South China Sea. He says if the country stays silent on China's aggressive actions, the world's emerging superpower might interfere in the 2019 polls next. For Senator Grace Poe, Soto should show he could defend Senate's position on pressing matters. This after some senators like J.V. Ejercito were dissatisfied over Pimentel's handing of tirades by his ally, House Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez. He also called the Senate a quote, mabagal na kapulungan for the delays in passing important bills. For now, the senators hope for a smooth transition of powers as they insist this is no coup. Rex Remitio, CNN, Philippines.
3 Filipino diplomats involved in the rescue of distressed OFWs in Kuwait are home. Foreign Affairs Assistant Secretary El Mercato says they arrived Friday and are undergoing debriefing. He adds the diplomats will spend time with their families before reporting back to work. It is not certain what positions they'll hold and where. The diplomats were sent to Kuwait to assist Filipinos for repatriation, but instead they were charged for kidnapping after a video showing the rescue of Filipino household workers circulated, infuriating the Kuwaiti government. But through negotiations, ties with Kuwait have normalized. We've recently signed an agreement with Kuwait protecting the rights of Filipino domestic workers there. President Duterte has also ordered a total lifting of the deployment ban to the Gulf state. It's almost a year since President Duterte placed the entire Mindanao under martial law after the Maute group attacked Marawi City. Various groups are now urging the president to lift military rule in the south. Former Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno joins their call. Our Anjo Alimario reports.
Each had a harrowing story to tell. They claimed they've been displaced, tortured, and traumatized by the ongoing military rule in the South.
Tama lang ba to? Na until now, walang recognition for the government, i-recompensate nila yung mga civilian na namatay, i-acknowledge nila na marami mga civilian na Maranao na namatay.
A leader from a farmers' group in Agusan del Sur says he's a victim of trumped-up charges.
Sabi ng PAO, mayroon ka bang titulo ng lupa mo? Sabi ng asawa ko, mayroon. Oh. So, ibigay sa asawa ko ang titulo ko. 7 hektar.
Then there's the story of Lumad students whose schools were closed, destroyed, or burned.
Kaya po kami nandito at umaapila sa inyo. Kailangan po namin ng boses at lakas ninyo para sabayan kami sa aming mga panawagan na itigil ang martial law sa Mindanao, itigil ang mga pang-aatake sa aming mga paaralan.
Some of them turned to a familiar face for help to put an end to martial law in Mindanao.
Panawagan ko kay Chief Justice Sereno nga tulungan mo kami sa aming problema dito sa dyan sa Mindanao.
Sereno, who voted against the one-year extension of martial rule, heard their stories.
Yun na po yung salita ko kanina. Nalulungkot po ako talaga. Salamat po.
Renata Reyes of Bayan says they invited Sereno in response to her statement that she wants to listen to the voices of ordinary Filipinos.
Naisip namin bakit hindi niya pakinggan yung mismong kwento galing sa mga taga Mindanao, galing sa mga lumad, sa mga manggagawa, galing sa mga taga Marawi. Nang sa gayon, magkaroon siya ng kaalaman doon sa nangyayari.
Reyes also defends Sereno after the palace belittled the former Chief Justice as a voice of dissent.
Yung mga kinukutya, minamaliit yung ginagawa ni Chief Justice, baliktad naman yung nararamdaman namin. We are grateful. Natutuwa kami na merong nakikinig doon sa mga problema namin at problema ng mamamayan. At kung siya ay magiging boses para doon sa mga walang boses, di mabuti yun.
While the military has yet to respond to the group's allegations, Sereno vows to respond to the story she heard in the coming days. Anjoli Mario, CNN Philippines.
Former Chief Justice Sereno warns the soon-to-be vacated ombudsman post could be used for political debt and political vendetta. Speaking at the Manila Hotel yesterday, Sereno says the next ombudsman should not be chosen based on politics as this will only weaken democracy.
Pwedeng gamitin ang opisina niyan upang maningil ng political debts at maghasik ng political vendetta. Mayroon na pong appointment na nakabanta sa ating ombudsman. Kung ang ombudsman po ay pipiliin dahil lamang sa politika, delikado pong manghina ang ating demokrasya. Kailangan po ang ombudsman, hindi ko pwedeng gawing ombudswoman kasi nasa konstitusyon ombudsman. So, ang ombudsman po ay kailangang pantay ang tingin. Walang kampo, walang politika, walang kinikilingang mayaman o makapangyarihan. Ang ombudsman, ang prioridad niya ay palaganap ang paglaban ng korupsyon.
Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales is set to retire in July. Among the applicants for the post are Labor Secretary Silvestre Bello, Supreme Court Associate Justice Samuel Martirez, and the President's former lawyer Edna Batacan. CNN Philippines has reached out to the palace for comment. It was a wedding fit for royalty. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle exchanged I-dos in probably one of the most unforgettable weddings of the century. CNN's Kristen Holmes has more from Windsor.
Hours after the I-dos, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle kept the party going, riding from the Queen's reception to Frogmore House. As part of the celebrations, the newly named Duke and Duchess of Sussex and their 600 guests enjoyed this non-traditional lemon curd and elderflower cake, designed by friend of the bride, Claire Patak. Also breaking with tradition, this historic moment, Meghan Markle making most of the walk down the aisle alone. A celebrity who's who witnessed the nuptials, including the Beckhams and the Clooneys. Thousands of others lined the streets to wish the couple well.
You don't actually see any of the show because you're basically, here in the cold with no television. But what you get is the atmosphere.
More than 250 members of the armed forces also lined the chapel to escort Prince Harry and Meghan's carriage.
I think it means everything to me and to my men, and I like to think it means a lot to him, knowing full well that the soldiers on parade have either served with him of operations abroad or have worked with him on training exercises.
Also taking an important role, Princess Charlotte and her brother Prince George, who were part of their new aunt's wedding party. In Windsor, I'm Kristen Holmes.
One of the most talked about details of the royal wedding was Meghan's gown. The bride chose a minimalist white gown by Givenchy. The modest ivory silk dress has a boat neckline, simple A-line silhouette, and slim three-quarter sleeves. The veil was 16.5 feet long and was hand-embroidered with flowers that represent the 53 countries of the Commonwealth. It was held with a filigree tiara, a royal heirloom. The gown's designer, Claire Waite Keller, is the first female artistic director of Givenchy. For the reception, the bride wore an elegant lily gown, this time by Stella McCartney, daughter of Beatles legend Paul McCartney. The dress was made of silk crepe and featured a high neck and paired with satin heels by Aquazzura, a luxury Italian shoe label.